Hi guys, welcome back to another DIY craft video where I'm going to be making inexpensive things look really pretty. These are things from Poundland and your local pound store and the range and places like that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the video. I was wondering whether to do this in 2 parts, so maybe 4 and 4. But I think maybe if it's not too long, we will just do all of the crafts in this video. If it gets too long, then you have to subscribe and check back in for the next video in the series. So we're gonna be making some really pretty things today for the coming season, the festive season. Some nice things to make your house look pretty without spending lots of money. Some things are free, some things are a couple of pounds. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy it, guys. Do subscribe if you're new here to my channel. I upload 3 times a week and it's everything to help you inspire you to live your best life on a budget. But let's get into the video and on with the first craft. So we have got a pillar candle available for £1 at your local pound shop. We've got this little wreath situation. So this is actually from the range, but I know that they do things like this in Poundland. This was £2.69. And then I just got this pillar candle holder from Pep & Co range at Poundland. So these are actually really good for DIYs. In fact, I bought it for a different DIY. I'm going to use it for this one. So really simple. So I've got some furniture paint. This is just from my DIY craft set. This one's the Rust-Oleum in Hessian, which is the chalky finish. So I'm just going to open that one up. So it's quite a nice creamy colour. I hope you can actually see this. Let me just lower the camera. I'm just going to take paint and just literally paint over this candlestick holder just to match in with my decor. Obviously you could do this any colour that you want. You could do this in a nice gold. You know I do love to paint things gold. So let's just do a quick little time lapse of this one. We have sunshine in this tiny little corner of the dining room. So this is almost dried. I'm a little bit rushed to it because I need to go and get the children. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our lovely Christmassy wreath and I'm going to pop it on the top and I'm going to just glue it down just to secure it. And then what we will have is a prettier, and it might just go better with your decor if it was black, or maybe paint it gold or another colour. And it just feels like this is a beautiful centerpiece for a Christmas table, or just to have on the side, like it says sideboard or something. I love it. It doesn't actually need gluing either, but I will glue it just to secure it. But yeah, I love this one. I really love how this one turned out. So I've just put glue at all points on the bottom of it, and then I'm going to just pop that down, and hopefully it's going to play the game and everywhere will stick that needs to stick. It's slightly too big. So that is all there on now ready, and we're going to pop our candle in the middle. Obviously you could glue that down, but you'd have to be really careful. Slightly uneven on one side. There we go, put it that way around, no one will know. I really love that one. It's so inexpensive and it just looks really effective. So let's hop in to the next craft. So this jar I've actually used before in a craft, and it's got a kind of aluminium, I guess, lid on it, so you could actually just paint that whatever colour you'd like. These are really good if you paint them because this bit actually shows up quite nicely when you do that, or you could do like a glass paint on it. But we're going to actually keep it clear today. I will do something with the lid, but I will show you that at the end. So what we're going to use is, so this one was £1 from Poundland. This little guy was from the range. As I said, they will have loads of decorations like this in Poundland soon, but we just don't have them at the moment. So for now we're going to use this one from the range. It was £2.29 and I didn't have the pot with me when I bought this, and as you can see it doesn't actually fit in there because the final part of the tree is actually a little bit too wide. So what I'm going to do not worry, we're going to take this off. So I've just taken off a little ball, so we're going to just take this final part off and obviously keep this for another craft, a little ball, and then we're just going to tie that back on. There we go. So I'm just going to literally tie that up again. So we now have a little decoration, which still doesn't fit. So I've actually taken off the final 2 rungs of that, and what I'm going to have to do is actually kind of like manhandle it in there because it's a little bit tight still, but we can do this, guys. So before it goes all the way in, what I'm going to just do here is take the lid and a glue gun. These, by the way, are only £2 in the pound shop. So grab yourself one if you don't already, because I use mine all the time. So, I'm just going to see whereabouts this needs to be so that it's just about touching the floor of the... I don't want it too low, and I will show you why very shortly. So I'm going to just glue it there in the middle. Just a splodge of glue. And take this. That was actually part of one of these that hadn't been come apart when it was made. So that should just strengthen that nicely. So while that is drying, I'll show you what we're going to do next. We're going to make a little snowy scape with some faux snow. This was in the pound shop. So I'm going to just use this as snow, but I don't really want too much of it on the actual tree, so I'm going to try and avoid that. And so this, what we're creating is essentially like an alternative snow globe. So that should be about enough. I'm going to save some of that back for another craft. And so it's quite cute that it's got a little bit on it, but I don't want too much. So I'm just going to give that like a little bit of a snowy bottom to it. Screw our lid on, she says. And then what we're going to do is take one of these. Told you to find a use for it. And instead of me spraying the lid here, I'm actually just going to glue this on. Not too much, otherwise it will spread about when you squash it down. So there is your lid like that. And there you have your alternative Christmas snow scene. I like how it moves about as well. Obviously you don't have to have the snow in there at the bottom if you don't want to, but I think it looks really cute, like a little snow globe. I love this one. I used this jar for a craft last year when I did an autumn candle, which I still really love. In fact, I just use it as like a display candle because it's so pretty. I don't want to burn it. But I think this jar is just so multi-purpose. You can do so many crafts with it, and I really enjoyed how this one came out. So let's check out the next craft. I have a little helper now that he's home from school. George loves doing crafts, don't you? You're always asking to do crafts with me. So this is a good little teamwork today.
You're the best crafter.
Oh, thank you.
In the family.
In the family. I mean, there's not much competition. But thank you, sweetheart. You helped too, didn't you? We've rolled out loads of clay and we've cut out little shapes with Play-Doh cutters. Also put those away, but you can use cookie cutters, anything like that. Some hardened shapes here. And we're just going to
made out of clay.
We did.
And we're going to put them on our Christmas tree.
So I've got another helper now. And we're just going to do these painted. So I'm going to spray some gold, I'm going to paint some white, and then we're not actually going to put them on the tree just yet, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them. Joined by my little helpers. I've got these little tester pots, which are just in my craft cupboard. I've had them years. Turtle Dove, and let's have a look at this one, Henry. This is Aegean.
Can you open it for me?
Yeah, we're just going to go with a couple of blues.
This one isn't dry. I want to paint mine.
Do it on the paper, darling. This is when it gets a little bit chaotic.
I didn't start.
Yeah, you start then, baby. So you could paint it blue and then put like gold on.
Can we put them both in
the
middle? Because we can share them, can't we?
Well, I think what we'll do is you stick to your side and you go there, and then we'll switch over if you want to change colours.
glitter.
You want to see? Ready? You're going to dunk them in.
Henry, we're doing glitter. Now. I'm doing it
Tap them
now.
off. These are little finished stars, lots of different varieties, and one random heart that Georgie did. So I'm going to put some Hessian tie on those, and then we can use them as little decorations. I've run out of Hessian and I cannot find it wherever I've put it. So what I'm using is this thread, which I actually used on one of the other projects. And just a little tip for you. So I have been putting it into some wax, and then after a while it sets, and that makes it then so much easier to thread through, because otherwise the holes are just big enough for the thread, but it's a little bit kind of like frayed at the ends. So yeah, all you need to do, I've done it with one hand, guys, is use a little bit of wax if you're struggling, and then that just kind of like seals the rope together, the tie. So yeah, here is the finished product. So it's just a really cute, inexpensive craft to make, especially with children. They really love doing this. And it just looks really effective. So just grab some sticks from outside, pop them in a vase, and yeah, you've got a pretty little alternative Christmas decoration. That was a great one to do with George and have a little bit of fun together as well. Obviously you can make any shapes with this. You can do a Valentine's Day tree, you could do an Easter tree, he did some bunnies. So there's lots of different ideas, but it was a really, really easy one to do and inexpensive as well. Let's get into the next one. So next craft, I'm going to be using this tray, which was from the range. This was £1.50, so this is the sort of thing you'll definitely get in Poundland, but I feel like it's just a little bit too early, because although they have got some of their Christmassy bits, they haven't got loads. So we're going to use this. We're going to use a little bit of twine, also from Poundland for £1. And then these glass sugar bottles. So these were actually from the range. I think they're £1.29 each. I didn't see them in Poundland, but I'm sure I've seen them in there before, and also in thrift shops. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the little top of these, which makes a horrible noise. Ready? Oh, that goes straight through me. And so we're not actually going to need this part, so you can keep this for another craft or whatever you want to do with it. So what I'm going to do first is spray these lids. So I'm going to go for a gold. You know I love me a gold. So I'm going to go and spray those, and then I'll be right back. So while they're drying, what we're going to do is use these little sugar dispensers. Just get the labels off. They come off nicely, didn't they? Sometimes you've got to use a bit of water on them. So I've got this tray. Obviously it's got this Christmas design on it, and what I'm going to do is use this now. I was going to paint it, and I thought no Lara, because this will then see me through for Christmas as well as autumnal. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to actually use some of our lovely snow, which the children will love because they love playing with it. So I don't want to do it too high, because obviously we have got our little corners there. I have got ahead of myself, because really I shouldn't have done that first, because I'm actually going to use our wool to go around the handles, just to give it a little bit extra, just a little something extra. You don't have to do this. Don't feel like you have to do this, but I want to do it. I'm going to just tear that. No, I'm not. Am I? Yes, I am. Wasn't that strong. So I'm literally just going to speed this up for you, but what I will be doing is going around this and just threading it through. So there we have our little tray, looking very cute, I would say. A nice pink twine. You could use any kind of colour on there that you like. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop our little sugar shaker thingies inside. So what we're going to do now is head out, is get some little bits of foraged foliage. So whatever you choose, I, as you can see, just went foraging for this and found a mixture of berries and holly and just some really nice autumnal leaves and Christmassy leaves. Only take what you need, guys. Don't forget the birds are eating these berries, so don't take too many, and leave some for nature. But what I've got here is enough, so I've got a few other bits in the bag, and I'm going to pop these in, and then what we'll need is a little drop of water in them. This is tougher than it looks. just get some water. And then this is just going to be a really cute little display of your wintry foliage. So you can just put one in. I like how the berries are lower down. I think 2 is actually going to be too many, or 1 too many. So let's just... It's the berries, not the leaves. There we go. So here we have our little, this would look really sweet on the kind of, on a radiator cover or a sideboard or console table or something like that. And that's a little display for the future Christmassy season coming up. This one was great because you can then really change it up each time, so I didn't want to paint over that Christmassy picture inside, but you could paint it, but obviously you can use it at Christmas or in the autumn, or you could fill it with leaves or anything like that. So there's loads of different uses, and it means that you can just keep using the tray for each different display that you've got each year. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm loving being back to doing some crafting here on this channel. I've done DIYs and Poundland upcycles and thrift flips and loads of things here on this channel. So if you have missed them, I've got autumn crafts, Christmas crafts, edible presents. I'll leave the playlist linked for you in the description, so don't forget to check it out. But if you're enjoying it, please do give it a like, because then it'll tell me if you guys actually want more content like this here on this channel. And please do consider subscribing to my channel to have more content from me every week, 3 times a video. And I love to inspire you guys to live your best life on a budget. I will see you really soon. Thank you for watching. Take care.